When you're passionate and you're doing something, people just gravitate to you.
All right, first of all, I learned a lot from all of you guys, so thank you. You guys are awesome. So I work for an entrepreneur. She's started her own company, well, 3 companies. And I've noticed that sales plays an important part, and most people are pretty shit at it. I just want to see what your perspective is. Like, what would you do if you were just like me starting out?
Just off the top of my head, I would just say, because just from my experience as a customer, you know, if you're not really passionate and loving whatever it is you're selling, forget about it. You'll be faking it, and people can feel it. But if you love it, like, I mean, if you love it, you're going to do well and you're going to enjoy it. So that would be the most important thing. What are you selling, and are you excited about it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to believe in the product for sure. But I would say the biggest mistake that one of the biggest mistakes that salespeople make, even when they believe in the product, is they spend too much time talking, and especially listing all the stuff that they think is relevant at the other at the potential, at the prospect. So they're like, it does this, it does this, it does this, without bothering to find out, well, why has this person come in here, and what are they actually looking for? What problem are they here to solve? So really good salespeople, if you listen to their calls or whatever it is, or watch them interact with people, you notice they're not talking that much, because they're asking really good questions and getting that person to open up and figure out what's really going on with them and why they would choose to buy this and what are the reasons, and then just getting more leverage on those reasons to make the sale.
Yeah, to me it's a weird way of coming about this, to ask how to sell something when you don't really have anything to sell in mind. What I can say from my own personal experience is I am not a good salesperson. When it comes to sales and asking for the money, and I think this was actually psychological, which I actually worked out over the last couple of years, but it took me that long. I never felt worth it enough to ask for the money and that sort of thing, and that actually hurt most of my businesses. But the one thing that I always did, once I found a product, whatever it was, and I really passionately believed in it, and all of a sudden this answers the other question about how do you build a group around you. When you're passionate and you're doing something, people just gravitate to you. And what I learned over time, over 20 years, since I'm not good at sales, find a really good sales guy. And that's basically it. But you really have to be passionate about what you're doing, because if you're not passionate and you're like, hey, we sell widgets, do you care about them? Not really. Why don't you go sell some? The guy's gonna be like, I don't care really. You've got to figure out what it is that you want to do, and then worry about the sales afterwards. You know, in many ways, sales can be almost secondary to the product, because you really need to figure out what you want to do first. Many of my businesses didn't make any money right off the bat. My internet company didn't make any money for the first 6 months. I just bootstrapped it. I had about 15 credit cards, all at $5,000 to $10,000. My people couldn't believe it when they heard about it. I'm like, well, I'm building something. But the sales can almost come secondarily, but you have to come up with the passion and the product first, in my opinion.
Totally endorse that. You know, you need to know what it is that you know, what game you're getting into for the right reasons. But if you want my take on the sales, I'm not a sales guy. You know, I'm a heart guy. But I've hired a lot of damn good salespeople. And if you are going to get into that, there's 3 skills that I'd invite you to master. The first one, and Ryan knocked on the head here, is rapport. You build rapport. People buy people before they buy their products, ideas, or services. Case closed. People buy people. The second skill I ask you to master is active listening. People know when you're waiting to talk. And then the third one is asking good questions, because you want to be finding out, as I say, what it is that these people really want, not what you want to sell them. And babbling off about features and benefits, as Ryan said, is a fast way to turn them off.
Good.
Thank you.